A few weeks back, I had the opportunity to attend my 20-year high school reunion. It's amazing to think that I've been out of school now longer than the time I spent in school. Shocking, drastic to really think about, but I definitely don't feel like a 39-year-old man. But what was interesting is because in the last 10 years, I have been probably the most active individual on social media from my high school. We started in 2015, 2016 with Frank Rich Fitness, really trying to build up our business and our brand through Massthetic Muscle. And then here around 2019, we took a massive shift in our content, starting with the day that I decided to quit porn and remove this out of my life. And this has led us to creating a massive movement here with our podcast at Superman Life and everything we're doing here at Rebuild Recovery with coaching men and leading men to freedom. But with that, there have been many people that I went to school with that have been able to follow along on the journey that I've been on. It was so cool and unique to get to see these people, those that I don't really talk to or connect with or interact with on a daily basis, but I got to see them and spend time with them at the reunion. It's been interesting because through my 20s and through my 30s, I got a lot of accomplishments. I got a lot of compliments. As somebody that struggled with a little bit of doubt, insecurity, and weight issues going through high school, the first time I went through a physical transformation, can't tell you how amazing it felt for people to say, God, Frank, look at what you're doing. We're so proud of you. You're so inspiring that you've been able to go from somebody that struggled with his weight a little bit to now you've been able to build your body up. You've been able to get shredded, get six-pack abs, and then obviously go on to compete in bodybuilding. Incredible compliment when people can compliment you on the physical transformation. The same thing happened in my late 20s when I started to have some success in business and have some success in entrepreneurship. People were seeing that I was succeeding and they were seeing the success through the material things that we were producing. So to have people reach out to me and say, Frank, we see what you're doing. Amazing work. We're proud of you. We're cheering you on. Once again, complimented me on things that I was doing. So I changed my body, right? I changed the way that I physically look. People commented me on that. I changed my financial situation. I was able to provide for myself and create a very good life for myself. People commenting me on the things that I was doing, on the success that I was having. Here a few weeks back though, there was a different compliment. The way that people were speaking was not, Frank, we're proud of what you've accomplished, but Frank, we're proud of who you've become. In 2019, when I started down this path of being free from pornography, I reached out to all of my friends, my very close network, and I shared with them. And once I shared it with my friends and I felt safe and I felt secure in who I was, I then went in and I talked about it with everybody in my family. I shared it with my mom. I shared it with my sister. I shared it with my dad. I shared it with my brother. I shared it with my cousin. I can remember one conversation in general though. I was sitting at a coffee shop with my mom and we were talking about this, and this was the first time I was sharing with her everything that I've struggled with in the last 20 years. My mom knew that I had some struggles and challenges through my 20s, but she didn't understand the depth or severity of them. After I opened up and confessed all of this to her, that conversation ended in what I believe will be one of the greatest days of my life. My mom looked at me in the eyes and she said, Frank, I'm proud of the man that you're becoming. So here, when we think about quitting porn, when we think about overcoming pornography, we should be chasing the man that we're becoming. We shouldn't be chasing a desired destination. Think about your life 3 to 5 years in the future. Are people gonna look at you and say, hey, John, Steve, Mark, Christopher, Anthony, Frank, we're proud of you for quitting porn? Or do you want the comment to be, Frank, we're proud of who you've become? And this brings us back to the ethos and the philosophy of everything we try to provide you here. With our podcast, it's about, are you becoming the man that God created you to be? With coaching, with Rebuilt Recovery, I believe the only path to overcoming your addiction for good is to become the man that is no longer addicted to porn. And it's in that word become that you step into a new identity, you step into a new way of thinking, a new way of acting, a new way of living out in this world. And people recognize that. Nobody cares if you had a 20-year addiction and you broke it. Nobody cares if you can white knuckle your way through sheer grit, discipline, and willpower. Nobody cares that if all you did was didn't give in to meaningless pleasure. The people that matter most to you, people that matter and you will have a lasting impact, care about who you are, but more importantly, care about who you're becoming. So one compliment at a reunion, Frank, we're so proud of who you're becoming. Change my life can change yours. If you understand the steps, the process, the philosophy behind breaking this addiction. It's not about learning to cope with certain behaviors. It's not about eliminating triggers. It's not about when I feel the urges and rush, do I have tools needed? Every single one of those will happen in a successful recovery plan. But set your aim, set your goal, set your vision on becoming the man that is no longer addicted to porn. People will notice the ones that matter most to you: your wife, your intimate relationships, your network, your family, your colleagues, your associates, your staff, your employees, the teams that you lead, your children, your children's friends, the parents of your children's friends will all see this in you. I can't tell you how many times I walk into a room now with people that I've known for 5, 7, 8 years, and the way that they respond, the way that they interact with me, the way that they engage with me is completely different. Not because of anything that they've done, but because at the intentionality at which I am becoming the man that I was born to be. Now, if you want some help breaking this addiction, you've tested and you've tried all the previous plans. There's a reason why most recovery plans are unsuccessful, because they're not rooted in true success principles. They're not rooted in a successful identity change. So what we've done is we've taken our entire curriculum, we've packaged it in a 16-week deliverable course that we literally walk you through step by step on how to identify all the triggers in your life, how to build a plan and vision for your life, how to recruit the accountability, how to begin to look at people in a different lens, how to show up differently, how to reboot and rewire your brain. If you want this step, you want these formulas, then down there in the pinned comment below, I'm gonna put a link to the course. It's called Reboot Your Life. And today, if you use code FREEDOM, we're gonna give you $100 off the entire cost of this course with a 365-day money-back guarantee. But stop chasing quitting. Stop chasing removing. Stop chasing anything other than becoming the man that is no longer addicted to porn. And brother, I'm telling you, in that approach, in that mindset, in that way of living out this journey, you will not just quit porn, you will transcend it, and you will become the man that God has created you to be. Others will recognize this, others will see that in you, and you'll then experience what this life is truly meant for. God bless you guys. Frank Richard, Reboot Recovery. If you got value in this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.